So as the have you sent the mail? Have you sent the mail? No, I'm not home yet, but maybe when I get to home, I can look into it. Okay, okay, okay. I'll definitely when I get to home, I will definitely look at it. Okay. It should definitely be like 2 hours before I get home because I live in Connecticut, so I'm still in the Boston right now. So Ron is on vacation. Definitely I will make the change. So it's you just want the columns to be added to the table, right? Yeah, it's something I can definitely do, but it's because of this. Yeah. Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you. All right, you're welcome. Ìgbà mọ̀ pé kọ́ọ̀lù iṣẹ́ mi tẹ̀ ní gbé. Prasa, ń dá wọn lóhùn, ṣé máa sanwó ẹ̀ ni? Mo ti put already. Hello, Prasa.
Yes, please.
Sorry, they're coming from work, but I don't want to do it. And I'll keep you waiting. All right, you could go ahead. Sorry about that.
Okay, okay. So shall we carry on?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, yes. See, we should have some idea of like working with constraints. So shall I carry out the constraints creation, and
Sure.
then we shall have some concept of DML. So there you can find difference between delete, truncate, those things. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And check constraint, primary key, foreign key. Those are all the things. Let me share. Yesterday we identified the department table, employee table as the two different entities we created.
Yeah.
And we identified the primary key, foreign key creation, and we identified independent and dependent constraints, right? Entities. So I'm creating a table here of the same structure. Yes.
Prasa, I haven't
Yes.
got,
Yes.
yesterday video, and I don't know why they don't want to send your video to me so I can be listening to it. I don't, this.
You can ask today, they may send it to you. Okay. That doesn't matter, they will surely send it to you. Hmm. This is the one yesterday we had a discussion.
Yeah, I'm not. I thought it seems like you already sent the whiteboard, but I made a video so I can be listening to what you're saying.
Yes, yes. So that we shall ask Robin at the end. Robin can share. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. The same manner, in the similar structure, we shall go for this type of creation once. Okay.
Okay.
So you can easily analyze like how it could be. I want to go for a table structure here. I want to show a like here a simple database, any database. Like here, I want to have my own database. One database like just I'm creating as the production database here or HRMS, Human Resources Management. My database name is HRMS.
Okay.
That's got created. Okay. I'm using the database, my HRMS. Fine. So currently I'm in HRMS database. I want to create a table employee. First, I want to create a table department.
Okay.
So before that, I want to create a schema, create schema. So this schema I want to create like HR schema. Fine. So schema got created. Now I want to make this table to bind to schema. HR dot department. So just I want to define some columns like a decode as the char data type of 4 characters length. I want to define it as a constraint. Primary key. This is a primary key constraint I'm defining in this table. And then department name I want to create. I don't want to define any constraint for this, but I want to make it as varchar data type of 15 characters length. And the department address I'm creating. Address also same manner here. I want to have this much size of the data type here.
Huh?
So simple table I'm creating. Table got created. Now I want to create a table employee here. This employee I want to make it to bind to HR schema. So it is bound to HR schema now. Now eCode I'm creating as char data type of 4 characters length. Same manner I'm going to use it as the similar the syntax you can follow as the primary key, but this primary key is pk underscore employee is employee primary key.
Okay.
Now here I want to define the employee name, and there I want to use the same data type varchar of 15 characters length. Designation is also the same, and I want to define the decode here. So this is the decode which is existing in parent table as primary key. Now you are going to create the similar structure of the decode here as foreign key. Fine.
Yes.
So while I'm defining this, I want to define a constraint. This constraint is foreign key constraint. So I am defining a name for foreign key as DEPT, FK DEPT. So I'm writing it is a foreign key.
So why should be okay? You just name it, and you just I think it should be this one FK DEP. Why
Yeah,
can't it?
yes, anything you can write here. It is not a rule
Okay.
like you can give any name for this.
Okay.
Just identifier which act as a foreign key, right?
Yeah.
So references HR.department. So this is the schema table I'm referencing, right? In that column, decode. Point taken.
Yeah.
So now the references is a keyword which allows us to refer that parent table and that
Mm-hmm.
particular column also.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can create this department table already created. I hope we have already executed. Now I'm creating this one. So two tables got created. Taken point.
Right.
simple way of creation of a constraint here. So now you can insert the data like if you want to insert in HR.department. Values is the class. Values D001 is my department code. Department is like a sales department. First one is HR department. Only two, and the address is also there. Address is at the location AAA. Fine. Address Los Angeles. Okay. So that is one record. And I created three different records here. Two, sales department. Washington DC, and department 3, finance, New Jersey, right?
Yep.
So three records got inserted. Now I want to recruit an employee and I want to insert the data in employee table. Insert values class it is. So in the values class, you can insert the employee in any one of these three records, in these three departments only. So like here, you see that E001, the employee name is AAA, employee is a manager, and employee can be a manager in D001. This is the proper way of inserting a record for employee data. So I inserted three records I am trying to insert. I'm writing three records data here. Employee BBB, but he is also manager for 2, and employee 3, the employee CCC is the manager for department 3. So these three records very conveniently you can insert it because here clearly you mentioned the three departments. What is the error? Okay, foreign key conflict. Now let me D003, D002, D001. Fine. So let me select HR dot department. I want to take HR dot employee also. These two tables data I want to read. Data has been opened. D001 conflicted. Let me check. Okay, maybe once if you look into this department data, there is no D01. First we should have the department 1, then we can insert the record of employee in department 1. That is happened. Now you can see how many departments you have, how many employees you have. Okay. Now here you have three departments, and these three departments you have three employees. Now I want to do a small insert statement here. I want to recruit an employee 4 in a department 4, that is some department, like I'm not mentioning here, I'm writing that GGG, that is the manager for a new department which is not there in department table.
Yep.
See that department table, only three different departments are there: HR, sales, and finance. But I'm trying to insert a record that is department 4, which is not there in department table. Now that is the foreign key constraint conflict. Now you look into this. Yes, Banga.
Yes.
And you can find the information of the constraints, sp underscore help constraint. Fine. And you can get the information of any table, whatever you created. That table you can use to find the information of these constraints, sp underscore help constraint, and then you can mention this table name, single quotes. So you got that information of the constraint what you created. And what are the constraints are defined on that? One is the primary key constraint created on this. You look into this, okay? And the second one is foreign key constraint created, the constraint names, right?
Yeah, Prasad, have you done the insert the value into it?
Come again.
The values that we insert, is it working now?
We inserted the values, right?
Yeah.
So
But
you look into this.
I think that time he was saying something conflicts. What does that
What
mean?
is that primary key or foreign key error? That is, see, is the department, I'm inserting the record of employee 5, okay?
Okay.
Is the employee you are going to insert in department 4? Do you have that department with you?
Yeah.
Where is the department? You have only 3 departments. One is 1, 2, 3, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, yeah.
But you are trying to insert a record
On
where
four.
you don't have
No,
department 4.
no, we don't have four.
So when
Oh,
you try to insert it, see, you can't place an order for a product which is not there in product list, right?
right.
You can't recruit an employee in a department which is not there in the department table,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
You can't make any payment to an employee who is not there in employee data table. So at the time of doing some of the things, like here, always the child will always refer the parent. The key value, corresponding key value should be appeared. See, the customer came and customer raised an order. So once if the customer raises an order against the customer ID only, the invoice can be generated.
Yes.
Right. So customer should exist first. That is the reason we should create a login first as a customer. Otherwise, you don't get the payback points. You don't get any bonus points will be added if you unless until you register for your profile. Anything parent and child reference is the primary key and foreign key references here. This is called as referential integrity. For every foreign key, every value in the child table must correspond to the parent table key. Fine?
Yeah.
Any questions?
Uh, I'm good.
Okay. Now, I
So,
just want,
yeah,
yes,
question. When the table,
yes.
when you want to do something on the table, and the table tells you have an error like this space is full,
Mhm.
or that's number one, or number two, or table corruption. How do you do it? Or table
See, these two
storage?
are two different points you are asking.
Yeah. I know. Two are two different things.
Yes.
Yep.
Once if you take the space not available, okay?
Yeah.
If the space not available, that is a bottleneck problem in the code optimization, right? Or in the working process.
Yeah.
So there is no other solution, right? It is a bottleneck. Bottlenecks never have a alternative. So you have to
So,
update your table, you have to upgrade your computer with more storage, right?
okay.
That is one bottleneck means there will be no alternative to that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
some of the things are bottlenecks like memory not sufficient. There is
Okay.
no alternative to that.
Okay.
Storage not available, no alternative.
Yeah, no alternative
Some
there.
general alternatives are different like deleting unnecessary files. All these are. That never happens in real production environments, right? No, you
Yeah,
don't create unnecessary files there.
Oh, exactly. That's the point you made. Let's assume the table is in production. What will you do? You add
In
more memory.
production, we never experience that. That allocation of the storage periodically based on the demand, it goes on. Okay. The
Okay, but
infrastructure storage allocation is a natural process there. You
okay.
never experience that. And
So,
that too, we
but
are not using general computers. We are using cloud-enabled computers now.
oh, cloud, yeah, right. So, but what about you have a table corruption in production?
See,
What we?
physical corruption, table physical correction is nothing but a data page correction, or it can be anything. But you have some backups, you have some standbys, restorations. So you never experience that damage, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that we can easily overcome with all these other techniques which we follow generally.
Yes.
See, anything can happen. Table corruption is not the major point. How can we say only table can be corrupted, right? Some
Yeah,
area of the database can be corrupted as a part of that particular location. You may have a
yeah,
data page where tables data is available, right?
yeah.
So a particular table or particular record we may not access.
Mm-hmm.
Point, right? Clear?
Yeah.
See,
So,
hundreds of tables you may have in a single memory block.
yeah,
That is,
let me ask you one question before you go. Let's assume you are being let's assume you are being hacked. What is your back? I think I don't know, maybe we have talked about it. Your backup strategy. Yeah,
I didn't
oh,
get
okay.
it.
Oh, I thought you said you want to explain to us. Let's say you are being hacked in our interview. Can you tell us your backup strategy, or how do you do your backup?
See, that's the reason I said that we shall plan it for the complete admin separately. Because backup strategy creation, taking the files backup and again restoring. So I thought I said nah, like we can plan it for an admin. If you are really interested, then we can plan for many things. So that the server version should be separate, and I have to go for the working process of the complete backup, creation of the backup files. So
So,
again restoring the yes.
yeah, Pransa, when our class is finished, so we can start, about administration, real administration. Like I told you, I want to
See,
I want to
the
change my,
real administration training starts from what is SQL version, what are the types of versions available, what version suitable for what type of a purpose, what is actually the subjectively what is administration, what are the things involved in administration. Then it would start with many points related to administration only. Like some of the things let me share with you. First, complete knowledge on the database creation, complete knowledge on attaching database, detaching database, okay?
okay.
SQL Server upgrading from one version to another version, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow it is related to general database creation, okay?
Yeah,
Then working with SQL Server agent, they're
yeah,
scheduling some jobs, alerts creation, those are all the things. Then security, how
yeah,
to create logins, permissions, securables, principals creation, roles creation,
yeah,
and then working with the encrypting data, the keys creation, then
yeah,
backup and restoration. There we will work with the how to take a backup of your database, right?
yeah,
And how to restore the data after the backup. So the types of backups, those are all the things. Then monitoring, optimization, troubleshooting, performance. So then making it to be available like log shipping.
log
So
shipping. Yeah,
mirroring, these are all the things comes into this high
right.
availability.
Yeah,
Then replication is a part of that. Then exporting, importing. Okay.
yeah. What about
So
clustering? What about clustering?
clustering is different. Again, clustering is like we need to have that type of storage also. Here,
So,
if you don't have the storage house, we can't show that practically. Subject theoretically, we can go ahead.
yeah, do you know do you know replication in MySQL or SQL Server?
Yes, replication, I know.
You know in MySQL?
MySQL, no. I deal with Microsoft SQL only, not MySQL.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So,
MySQL, I don't deal. I deal, but I don't spend on that like admin on other operations.
oh, okay. So, like all this thing you said now, how long is it going to take me to get, how many days, how many weeks?
It takes, even in short term, it takes nearly around 15 to 20 hours of training.
20 hours.
Yes, 15 to 20 hours of training it takes.
Okay, so, uh,
Their indexing comes into discussion, tracing, monitoring. These are all the things we will learn
so that 20 hours, is it possible for you to be taking two hours every day?
within 10 days.
No, 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 no. You say it's going to be 20 hours, right?
Yes.
So Anna said, every day now we are doing 1 hour. Is it possible for you to be doing it to 2 hours?
So if it is 2 hours, it will be finished within 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
I want to get job in SQL
I
Server.
understood. I understood. You want to complete it as early as possible, right?
And I know by you by my side.
Yes, yes. I can understand. I can understand.
Yeah. At least you will share me. I mean, you will share me your resume. How you coach me. You give me like coaching me. You push me like someone have a backup.
Understood. 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 Yes, you plan it. I too will try to accommodate my schedule to that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So how
And
many days?
then
So how many days remain for us for this one now?
this will be completed 1 or 2 classes for us.
Okay.
So then you can plan with Guna and others. Okay.
Okay. Can we? Can you, no, let me see. There's no way you can have a time. We start on Monday. Go live, go live. Okay. So we finish this one by Tuesday, right?
It will be completed max by not Tuesday. It doesn't take that much time because if you can have a session tomorrow also, then we need to have one more session. That's all.
Okay. So what time will you be available tomorrow?
Tomorrow I will be available same time morning.
Oh, same time, right? Okay. I think I
Yes,
can do it. 7:30 to 8:30. Okay, I can do it. I can do it tomorrow.
fine.
Yeah, yeah, I can do
So
it.
then we will have one class max we may need. Otherwise we
Yeah.
can. Okay.
Exactly. So we start the administration straight up.
Then we can plan it at least 1.5 hour minimum. Initially we shall plan. Okay.
Yeah. And you'll be giving in the administration, we'll be dealing with a real. I know you'll be dealing with a real life scenario. In the
Yes, yes.
production.
We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
easily work out on that.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So now it's clear this concept. Then I want to explain the views to you.
Yeah.
So view I want to just share with you. Some of the things we need to have an idea. If you don't have knowledge on view, you cannot work with the system tables in reality. Like
Hmm.
in system views, we will use in admin also. DMs, dynamic management views. Okay. So what is view? I just want to share it with you. Suppose I'm taking data from our database AdventureWorks. Okay.
When are we
I
starting
selected
the
this.
stop?
Pardon?
So when are we after the view? When are we starting the stop procedure?
Then I will start procedures.
When?
After that, now let me carry out views. Maybe we can have discussion of 15 minutes. Then
Okay.
easily we can understand procedure also,
Okay.
right?
All right.
See, I want to pick up some table from here. adventure works database, I want to take one particular table like human resources schema. I want to take employee table, right? So there are many tables here. I want to take employee table. So this table data I'm picking. So generally this type of data of nearly you look into that 290 records uh, on the 16 columns total you have in this report. But I want to have some data here where manager ID equal to 16. I am taking some only specific record set, only the employees who are reporting to manager 16. So 12 records have been returned. I may not want all columns here. I want to take employee ID, right? And title I want to take, and I want to take manager ID. So these 3 columns data I want to take. Now here, if you execute it, you can find the records of only these 3 columns. Now here, this is a small structure, and I want to take employee pay history table also. I want to pick up the data of employee pay history table. This is the table data I want to take. What is there in the employee pay history? I want to show to you. Fine. So pay rate is the column. I want to take this table data also, like employee pay rate. Hourly pay rate is available. So this also I'm combining here, rate column. Point taken. So just a join operation I'm going to do, multiple tables. So I don't want this. I'm just removing it at this stage. Point taken?
Yeah.
So I want to combine this table, join human resource dot employee pay history. On I want to define 2 different aliases here, employee table E, pay history table EPH. Okay, employee pay history EPH, and this is EMP. So these 2 are aliases here, employee table EMP table dot employee ID, EMP dot title, EMP dot manager ID, and EPH dot rate, pay history dot rate. So these 4 columns from 2 tables we are taking. Okay. On I want to define EMP dot on table 1 EMP dot employee ID equal to EPH dot right employee ID. So likewise I'm picking the table data of both the tables. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you look into that where EMP dot manager ID equal to 16. So then I'm restricting the data after retrieving from both the tables. Okay. Clear, Banga?
Where you said where employee manager ID? Where else
Shall I
do
show once again the complete data to you? Yes,
okay.
give me one. So I hope you are clear with what is there in employee table. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is completely employee table data. And the same manner we have taken employee pay history table also. So that is the table here we have employee pay history table. So
So
there,
so this thing is a 2 tables now.
yes, 2 tables is a join operation.
Okay, yeah.
So in the pay rate is the column existing in pay history table, right?
Yeah.
And employee table is a separate table. Like you can see employee ID. Employee ID existing in both the tables, right?
Yeah.
So employee ID in employee table matching with employee ID in pay history table. I want
Right.
to know my pay rate. So rate is available here, but
Right.
employee details available in employee table, right?
Right.
Now, this is the way you executed this by creating a query of joining 2 tables. Now
Right.
here, who requires this? who requires this type of data. So in the organization, who needs this type of reports, right? It's a report, simply.
Mm.
So the stakeholders need it. Stakeholder in the sense here, right?
Yeah.
So they are maybe the employees who are dealing with some data. See, like usually you can analyze one's general concept. You consider that the bank executives or call center support team, they may call each and every customer in case if the customer is a defaulter of any loan or any card payment, right?
Yeah.
Or they may call the customers to give the details of the new products or new policies of the banking. That scenario, how do you can reach the customer? The customer data should not be available to third party companies, or the critical information like passwords, OTPs should not be shared to general stakeholders, right?
Yeah.
That scenario, how do you make it available, this type of data query completely to the user, right? This
Yeah.
stakeholder needs it. Stakeholder can be like a third party executive, three stakeholders can be customer care center, okay?
Yeah.
So these customer care executives are shared like your front office service people, anybody can want it. So instead of providing the complete information of your resources here, I want to create a view here. Create view. So I'm defining my view as VW underscore EMP underscore data. So I'm defining it as YAS. So here I'm making it as completely a virtual table. It's not the original one. So actually what will happen in the scenario, when you create this type of a view, already a table is there. That is the original table. The table you consider that your employee table. Okay. So that is our table human resource that employee. This table, human resource that employee table, is there in a database. Now here the database knows the location where this data table is available. So if you look into that, this database refers the location where this table is available. Table physically not available here. It will be available under the operating system. Okay. So I'm just dragging down. Now it has to communicate with the OS to access this. So OS is allowing it to be taken the location from where it is physically available. So now I have just placed into the center as the part of like a layer to be reached. So once if you reach to the OS layer, then it allows you to reach the location where you have the data in the form of data pages. So I'm just defining the data page here as a simple structure like a content. So the data available in the pages called data pages. So these are the different level of data pages you can analyze. Each one can be called as a page. Now page 1, page 2, page 3. Now when you issue a command from the console environment or from the front end environment like this here, so if you try to read this data, so complete query statement I'm going to place it here. Okay. So
Yeah.
then usually you can analyze how it will be. So this query I placed here. This is a complete query which I have placed in this area. You can easily analyze what would be the type of a report here. This query will be sent to the database engine. So the engine parse the query and then it compiles. So first step is parse. So it checks the well-formedness of the table, how the query has been created. The table, the query statement is correct or not. So then it compiles. So in the compilation process, it finds the location where your table is available, that data page, point taken.
Yeah.
So these are the different data pages you have. So this is the storage of your table. Actually, data table is the storage area. So data page, and data page, right? So these are all the storage areas only, physically available in the pages. Each page is of 8 KB in size. So now here, this compilation process, it reaches to these data pages. So once if it is reaching to the databases, means it knows the address of that. So this database knows the address of this table, right?
Yeah.
So instead of making this database to refer this location, you want to create a small logical or virtual object here. The virtual object here, I'm drawing it as something in a different color that you can consider as a view. So this view, whatever I have created here, this maintains the address of these data pages. Same like how your database is maintaining, right? So this view you will create and you will make it available in the database. So instead of making this process of compilation every time, you will use this view instead of directly the table. Point taken?
So it's like a virtual.
Yes, view is purely virtual. Now, if you execute it, the view gets created, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now here I will use this view as like a table.
Yeah.
So what is in the point of view of the user? User is feeling like it's a table, they are reading the data, right?
Right.
But actually what are the columns involved and what complexity of the database? Complexity not in the coding, okay? Complexity in the process of matching the locations, complexity in the process of identifying the columns, complexity in the process of reaching the each data page area and
Okay.
reading the data.
So, Prasad,
Yes,
in essence, the process, when you run a query, the query will go, normally it will go to database, it
yes,
will, it will pass, compile, and went through the operating system, and then go to the data pages to get the data, right?
yes.
Okay, but in case of view being a virtual table, it will not go through all those pages, right?
It goes, but it never collate that information of the location where the data are available.
Oh,
The process of the finding the location and reaching that particular location, reading the data, all these are all, see, first time I want to know the address of you, right?
okay,
So I want to reach your home. I started from somewhere. Then
okay,
I inquired multiple times in many people and I call you twice, thrice to get the landmark to reach you, right?
right,
So that was taken 10 minutes, 20 minutes of time in a long journey of half an hour, okay? So
okay.
half an hour journey, I spent nearly 20-15 minutes of time only for inquiry.
Hmm.
First time that takes first time only, right?
Yeah,
Second time I don't require it because I kept it in my mind the complete route path. That is the reference how to reach, right? Second time I can easily come to your home because I have that complete reference how to reach is there in my mind.
so, Prasad, like now, let's say all this query that you wrote, let's say, okay, if a stakeholder needs the query, so in the next of another time, instead of writing that query, you make it as a view, you store the view. So anytime they need it, you just call for that view, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
See, next time, anytime you will provide the same to all stakeholders.
okay.
So the stakeholders feels that this is the original table. Now
Mm,
here I can change it that you can make more changes. Employee ID you can give. So
mm,
that is the keyword I'm using as employee ID. So I'm changing as title. So they feel that column names also different. Okay,
mm.
as manager ID. mgr id. Okay, I want to change it, mgr id. Okay, and the rate I want to change as pay rate. So now if you look into this, the multiple things I want to categorize here. So now I changed it. I want to change it as 1. So you, or else you can use the same thing. I want to alter it, alter view. Okay.
Okay.
So I executed. Now the view is altered. Now you see that employee ID, title, even column names also has been completely changed in the view. So how do you find original column names? You cannot.
Because he has been altered.
Yes, altered, and end user is not finding the original table. But
Wow.
a smart individual can get the information of original tables using sp_help text. Okay, and they can use it. So this is the way they can execute it. They will find the original tables here. Got the point?
Yeah.
That should not happen. So what you can do? You can encrypt it.
Okay.
With encryption.
Okay.
So
they
now you
can.
are altering. They can read the data, but they cannot find the text used to read the data because it's encrypted. Text not visible. Got my point? Banga,
Yeah.
taken the point?
Yeah. So if you want to encrypt, you just write encryption. That's it.
That's all. It is not a programming language, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It is not a programming language, SQL server, SQL language, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is a language which deals maximum only database objects, not for any other purpose. Got my point? So these are all readily available to you. You cannot write complex, like any complex program using SQL. Taken my point?
Yeah.
So you don't need to write any algorithm for encryption. You can use only the available encryptions like directly using a command of encryption,
Okay.
which is provided in database developers like Microsoft. Fine. So like you can create multiple views on the
So
single table as you require.
so Prada, without encryption, they can only see the data, but they cannot see
Only text, only text.
only the
Only
text.
text you use it to create the view, not data. It is not dealing with anything. Here it
Oh,
has some text inside.
okay, they can see the query that you used to do it,
Yes,
but they cannot see
yes.
data. Okay. Okay.
No, it doesn't deal with data. Only the text which is been there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got it. I
This
got it.
text can be encrypted.
Mm-hmm.
This is been encrypted. The
Okay.
small text, okay.
Oh.
So only text will be encrypted. Only query text. Point taken.
Yeah.
So your sp_help text constraint cannot read it. That's all.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
So that is view, because views we should have knowledge, and like some now this how you gain the idea of views,
Yeah.
that is important. Reason,
Yeah.
we will work with views generally in many stages, but those are all the views are readily available for administrative tasks.
Yeah.
Because many of the administrative operations never be directly given to any level of administrator by SQL server. Okay.
Wow.
So even SQL server offers many views to us to use. So if you don't know what is view generally, so it would lead to confusion. Some extent we should have aware of what is view, how it will be, right?
Yeah.
So view can be dropped in simple way, drop view space view name.
Right.
So drop view never exists again. The same view is not there now.
Okay.
View is not available. Fine, Banga?
Yeah, fine.
Yes. So then we shall meet tomorrow. I will ask like to have the schedule tomorrow. Not Robin and
So
Bhaskar may be available.
okay.
I'll ask them and you will get a confirmation message also. Okay. Fine, Banga.
Yeah, I said we can do the procedure tonight.
Tonight,
Yeah.
tonight for you it is like night. That is your tomorrow morning.
No, I mean now. I thought we can't do the stop procedure now.
Now you want me to continue?
Yeah.
No, Banga. I have my daughter. I have to take her to school now.
Okay. All right. No problem.
Now from now onwards till my time, office time, I should take care of her. Right?
All right. All right. Understand that. Understand that.
We shall do one thing. Tomorrow we shall
Yeah.
extend our time to finish this completely.
So that means we might need to start early because
Yes, that I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Because I have something to do. We can
Okay,
start early.
tomorrow we shall extend our time and we shall finish this.
Okay. All right. We can start maybe like let me see. We can start like 6.
That is 1 hour before.
Yeah. So we can finish like 8. So
Okay, okay. I will ask
Robin.
Bhaskar. Then I will confirm that. Okay, I'm
Okay.
ready.
Okay.
They only should schedule for us, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, okay. Then tomorrow we shall have extended work. Then we can close it.
Okay.
Fine, Banga then. And you two can
Oh.
communicate with them. I too will
Yeah.
communicate. Fine.
Yeah.
So, okay, Banga, take rest and good night. And we shall meet tomorrow and we shall have a more time we shall spend,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Okay, fine, fine.